What up, my crowd? RC Rawless is in the building. Now, let's get to it. We're gonna be talking about Vasily Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez. Ukraine versus Honduran or American Honduran, however you want to put it. Catracho. Now, people, this is this Saturday. This fight is this Saturday. This was supposed to be in May. This was supposed to be one of the best fights this year before COVID. Of course, Tyson Fury, Wilder 2 being number one at the moment. And this is for all the belts. So you got the WBA, the IBF, the WBO, and the WBC franchise title, which is, I call it the BS title, the French fries, whatever you want to call it. But Mauricio Suleiman did say that Lomachenko is the champion, the WBC champion, meaning that in a way Devin Haney is like an interim, but he's not. It's stupid if you ask me. So that just means that this fight will be for undisputed champ. And my God, when you have an undisputed fight, it's an accomplishment. Not everybody can get it, an undisputed fight in the time era of 4 belts. That means you have to chase champ after champ after champ after champ, mandatory after mandatory after mandatory after mandatory. And that's if it's allowed, you know. There's a lot of leeway, But anyway, let's get to it. Let's start with Teofimo, since he's the younger, the more brash, Brooklyn native. And you know how they are. Man, this guy can be very disrespectful, man. Even it gets on my tingling sensation. I was 23 at the time and I know that. But God, this guy can really talk his smack, bro. And I like that. I hate it, but I like it, because not everybody has to be the good guy in boxing, or in WWE, or in soccer, or in tennis, or in NBA. You can be a little bit, you know, on the other side, so you can get some heat, become a little bit more popular. This guy has been knocking out most of his opponents fight after fight after fight after fight. And I believe he called Lomachenko out in 2017. So for 3 years, he's been saying, Loma, I want you, Loma, I want you, Loma, I want you. Lomachenko replies, go get a belt. Call me. Boom. Gets a title shot with Richard Commey, one of the better champions in that division at that time. You know? And the way he did it in 2 rounds KO. Knocks him out clean. That's why this fight is a 50-50. You got the experienced boxer of Lomachenko. You got the young and brash Teofimo Lopez. And not only that, he's a knockout artist who's a champion, who destroyed the champion in 2 rounds. Whew. Not enough experience. He's still green. Even though he's a champion, you have not seen enough of him, because he's finished off his opponents. You've seen enough to understand that maybe he doesn't have enough for Loma, but he does have that one punch. He does have that speed. Not the same speed as Linares, but he still has the speed to do what he has to do. Now, let's jump to Lomachenko. Now, I'll be a little bit unbiased here. I love Lomachenko. I love his skills. Well, for me, again, I'm a casual boxing fan, not a hardcore boxing fan. But I do know when there's going to be a good fight. And this one's one. Not the BS that we're going to get in 2 weeks. But Lomachenko, experience, 32, has like 300 amateur fights. Only lost like what, 6-7 times? Jeez. Go steal the Olympics. Back-to-back gold medalist on both. Has 1 fight. Has 2 fights and loses against Salido. Has a 3rd fight and beats Gary Russell Jr. for his first title at 126. Jumps to 130 as well. Becomes champion. jumps to 135 to fight Linares, one of the best pound for pound in the lightweight divisions. And he beats him. 10-round KO. He does get dropped. It was a laser right that drops him. But he got up. Knocks him out in the 10th by a liver shot. This is what people forget. But after that, he got surgery. When he came back after that 6-7 month layoff of surgery, he fights another champion, Jose Pedraza. Beats him. Champion again. Then he fights Luke Campbell, another gold medalist. Luke freaking Campbell. Really good fighter. Very top contender for the WBC belt. And what happens? He beats him. 3 belts. 3 belts. And now he's going to face Teofimo for the 4th. Now, in this particular case, this was the WBC. However, there's a little bull thingy that was created for Canelo. It was called a franchise title, but I guess anybody can apply for it now. And Lomachenko's team or Top Rank applied for it so that he wouldn't get any mandatories. Cough, cough, Devin Haney. But people considered it a duck that he was ducking him. I just thought that the ESPN didn't really want to go into a purse bid versus the Zone. Because the Zone has a cha-ching. No matter what they want to say, they do have that moolah. So that happened. So me, after the Luke Campbell, he's going to go fight Teofimo. I wouldn't consider that a duck. Because even though he dropped his title, he hasn't fought no one. And thankfully for Corona, he hasn't fought no one. But he's going straight into fighting a knockout artist who's a champion. How's that a duck? In a way it is, but in a way it is not. And now that Mauricio Suleiman has said that the franchise title is on the line, it's transferable because of that. And basically that he was a champion in a way, we are going to get the undisputed champion at 135. Now, before I tell you who's going to win, or who I think is going to win, I will say this. Teofimo, younger, brash, knockout artist, is coming in kind of heavy because he has been saying for a while that he's going to leave the division. And win or lose, he will move up. Win or lose. So we know that. Will he be dehydrated? I don't know. He's saying that he's going to take the fight to Loma because he can't fight backwards. So we gotta look at that. Now, Loma, 32-year-old, same amount of fights as Teofimo, more divisions than Teofimo. He is fighting in a division that he says that he's already fighting at that time, which you can actually see that he's not dominating. And of course, experience, the way he moves, the way he does this, and I lost my thought. The way he moves and the way he does things, it's something to think about, because you also have to look at something. He's on the outs. What if he beats him? How many fights do you see him fight? He already said he was gonna go back down. Is he gonna try to unify the division at 130, or what are you gonna try to do? Are you gonna go back down all the way to 126 for what? I mean, my logic thought, but you're too small. But I would move up and fight the winner between Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor. But wouldn't that be cool, huh? United, undisputed versus undisputed. But that's thinking too much ahead. I'm just saying that he's not fighting in division, and this is why a lot of people see it as a 55-45 split on the fight, or 50-50. Now, like I said, win or lose, they're both moving out of division. From what I heard, I would love for the winner to stay and fight Devin Haney just for one last fight, but I don't see it from Teofimo, and I don't really think I'm gonna see it from Loma. Hopefully it does. Now, drum roll, because it's really hard, but I keep thinking about that knockout. I keep thinking about that right shot that Linares threw to Loma. I'm like, can Teofimo do it? Teofimo being more stronger. Can it happen? Can it happen? I honestly think that it won't happen, and I will go with Lomachenko as a winner. I'm still debating though. I'm not going to be able to change my mind obviously once I record it and say it. I will man up to it. But I was thinking that, man, it's really hard. But I want to say Loma by TKO in the later rounds, like 10, 11. Usually I get it right, but I don't know. So I'm going to have to go with Lomachenko for decision. Now, this is one thing that I was going to bring up when I said younger and older. Will Bob Arum allow it? Because Teofimo is the more brash, like I said earlier, get more popularity. He's a KO artist, a highlight reel. And of course, he can speak the language. In a way, he's American because he was born over here, even though he comes from Hispanic descent. He's more marketable. And of course, being young, so more potential to grow. I wonder if it goes to the scorecards, he'll do the same thing they did to Pac, where Jeff Horn won because he was younger, because Pac-Man was going into free agency. It does make me wonder what will happen. So far, I have decision for Loma. Wish it could be a TKO because I really want him to shut that boy up. Will it happen? I don't know. But this Saturday, 7 p.m. ESPN is not pay-per-view. That's the best fucking part. You're gonna have one of the Fight of the Year candidates, one of the better fights, because the Fight of the Year already happened, and I don't think from October all the way to December, I don't think there's gonna be a better fight than that one. Maybe. You can never say never, just like Justin Bieber. But I think Loma will win. I don't think it's gonna be Fight of the Year, but it is a candidate. And that's because of the last fight that I just saw that basically won it, even though the year's not over. So check it out, guys. Do check it out. Don't be shy to it. Don't think it's going to be like, oh, it's just popular, guys. No, this is a fight. It's a 50-50 fight, 55-45 fight. Nothing lower, nothing higher. So yes, people, where are your odds at? Who are you going for? Comment down below. Who do you think is going to win? Vasily Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez.